Good morning, everyone. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm Maribel Feliciano. I'm the director. I still remember that. It's my first week on the job as director of the Office of Economic and Small Business Development. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you. We have a great program for you today because we want to make sure that you connect with additional opportunities with the Broward County Convention Center and ASM. So welcome. We also have people that are joining us virtually. We're going to be sharing with you some information today about opportunities here at the Convention Center with ASM. And in addition to that, I'm going to be talking to you if you're not certified yet with Broward County. I'm going to be talking to you about our certification program. And then at the end of the program, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions from our staff. We have staff available outside. You'll be able to meet with them one-on-one to ask any questions. And then, of course, the Convention Center staff will be here to answer any questions you may have. So now I'm going to pass it to Lisa, who's going to say a few words.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. I'm Lisa Amanda. I'm the Assistant General Manager and the Director of Finance. Ron got pulled away, so Ron King is the General Manager here at ASM, or Broward County Convention Center. We both work for ASM Global. I have been here since November. I came in and Ron got here a few months ago. So I welcome everybody. We are all very excited about the expansion and the new facility that's being added to our existing. And there'll be, I think, a lot of opportunities for the community and the county to get involved, and that includes small businesses. So we are actively searching for any small businesses, for any projects, POs or RFPs that are out there. We are working with the CBE to make sure that everyone is aware. And I have a group of people here at the building that are going to talk specifically about how to view things and questions you might have. And so I'm just here to say hello. All right. I will pass it on to Daphne. Daphne's our marketing director.
Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you for your patience. A few minutes late. We're going to get rolling with a lot of information for you today. A quick review of the agenda. We're going to go over who we are, what we do, what's the convention center, what the scope of the convention center, with the community and the destination. We're going to go a little bit more information about what you can do and what we can do for you. And then we are going to go more towards what the county and what the requirements of CBE certified. And then we opened it, as Maribel said, we opened the floor for questions. Then we go outside, we can exchange business cards. They take up that opportunity to meet us and ask us questions directly one-on-one. With me, I have Jose, Juan, I was reading, Orsini and Ruth Faye. They're going to go more in details about these opportunities of becoming CBE and do business with the convention center. So who are we? What is the convention center? So again, my name is Daphne Anderson, Director of Sales and Marketing at the Convention Center. I'm with ASM Global. What is ASM Global? It's the largest management company for venues. In entire world, we have more than 350 venues. Theater, arena, convention center, and live event venues. In the United States, only convention center, we are about 65 convention centers. So we do everything that is about events. The scope of the convention center is to produce money for the destination. So we have events, we bring people over here, attendees, and they bring, of course, money to the destination, from flights, transportation, hotels, restaurants, and everything that comes around it, branding, and everything that comes to the destination. So every one of you is involved with all the events that we host at the convention center. The great thing is that you saw around, you are within the community, so you saw a lot of construction. We are finally to the end of the tunnel. So we saw a bright light. The convention center is now ready, almost ready to open doors. We're just counting days. The convention center first opened in 1991. ASM Global has been running the center since day one. So we're very familiar with the center. We grew up went through about 3 expansions. This is not the last one. We can go even more. However, we grew from 800 square feet to 1.2 million square feet. So it's the magnitude of the convention center. It brings so much to the destination. So we were tier 2 of convention center. What does it mean? We were smaller. Now we're so higher. We are in the top 10 convention centers in the United States. That means that we started from 800 conventions. Now we can host 6,000 people convention at the destination. The one that is coming up, IPW, is the largest convention that we're going to host as far as conventions, no trade show, no consumer shows. And you can tell, I mean, really, the numbers is not even double, but is going way to a much higher level. We hosted a boat show, as you probably all know about it. It's the largest boat show in the world, even larger than Miami Beach and the Monte Carlo. And we had 60,000 people throughout the show at the convention center as a flow. We are so centrally located. Broward is the unique destination. We are so lucky to have this project coming finally our way. This is the only convention center that is surrounded by water, just 2 miles from the airport, 2 miles from the beach. It's really a different destination. We are promoting, we're going out there, we're letting the world know that now we are in a different stage of the game. The new expansion is the east is 400,000 square feet of space with the largest bar room in South Florida, 65,000 square feet. We're gonna go a little further down. This is what we do, as I mentioned. I wanted to have the curtains open because I want to show you what the trade shows and the expo floor looks like. It's 350,000 square feet. So to give you an idea, we are in between Orlando and Miami Beach. Now we are double in size than Palm Beach. That's why we reached out tier 1 now. We are still a little bit smaller than Miami Beach, and we are smaller than Orlando. However, we are in the middle, and that's what positioned us in a great way that people more want to come to Broward because they can reach attendees from both north and south. So 350,000 square feet of space. We can do trade show, consumer show, general session, graduation, you name it, sports, a lot of sports events coming to us, and boat show. We are Gold LEED certified, which is we are very proud. In one of the few Gold LEED certification that we got is a convention. This is the east expansion. So you can see the building how beautiful it is. The plaza is still under construction and soon to come. 6.5 acre space. Again, an outdoor space that very few convention centers have, right, surrounded by the water. 65,000 square feet. On the top, the 3rd floor has a kitchen designated to the bar room. 65,000 square feet is beautiful. It's something that really take a breath away. Different colors in the roof and surrounded by water. So really a unique destination. So I'm done with the sales speech. Hopefully, we're gonna next time we'll see you. We're gonna have the building open again. We're counting the days, and we're gonna go now to more interviews about the CBE certification. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Juan Jose. So my first slide here, I'm the purchasing coordinator. I'm the contact between you guys and this the Broward Convention Center. If you come in here. My first slide is the services that we currently have with the CBE, and whether it says future, it's our like wish list. We would like to have a CBE with us for this kind of services. That we have a current CBE doesn't mean that you can't come in and do that service. These are usually one-time services, one-time POs. Might do one per month. We might do one every month. Then the next one will be 3 months later. Not actual agreements. So it doesn't matter that we actually have a CBE now. You can come in at any time. electrical supplies. There's a lot of stuff that we have that it's for facilities and operations. So there's a lot of business there. Office supplies, we buy a lot of that. Industrial supplies, other things that are, if you have a specialty or something like that, I'm not a expert on anything, on everything. So we have our directors that might be your contacts too, that I might add that email or to that call, or that I might want to introduce you to when you send us a quote or something, because he might have some info that I don't have, like Rick Fredette for facilities, Rich outside, you might meet them later. Rich Freely for operations. We got Daphne for marketing. She has special requests for marketing needs, special activities that are not our custom or one in a kind. So it's not like we are gonna go always with the same printing, marketing, science people. And then we have Brian Fulton, who is for our guy for food. As you see, we have food distribution there. We have basically nobody on that area. What else? The landscaping, that will be, in the future, we would like to go the agreement way. So for landscaping, for example, we're not gonna hire a new landscaper every month. We will do an agreement for the whole year. So if you have, the best way to approach that, it will be if you're in some kind of business, you can send me an email with your presentation or with your proposal, and we can start talking that way, or at least I have it in my records, and when I need it, then I can come contact you.
Through us, that contact information for you?
My contact information? Yeah, we'll meet outside and we'll talk. Yeah, I'm gonna be available outside after all this, and we'll talk, and I got. Let's go.
Excuse me, can you repeat the question? Because we have people that are joining virtually.
Oh, he asked me if everybody was gonna be included in that email with my info. I said that I'll meet outside and I'll find a way to send it to the people online. But yeah, so my next,
For you, it's done.
oh, okay, my next slide. This is my process, the process that I came up with for, like I said, I'm purchasing coordinator, but we are actually doing procurement just to make sure that you guys have a equal opportunity as, let's say, a big company. I know you can't compete with these companies price-wise, but you can compete service-wise, you can compete with quality, you can with, there's a lot of other factors that we take in consideration, and we actually value yours more over pricing. But again, we have a limit, like you can't just go over like price that a normal company would do. Well, we will work with you. That's what I'm trying to say. So the procurement, what I need from you, quote. When I get that quote, I'm gonna ask you to answer an email from corporate. They're gonna ask you for information, for bank information, for ways of us to pay you. You're gonna need a W-9, a bunch of documents that corporate is gonna send you, so you gotta be on the lookout for that email from corporate, not from me. Again, what I said about the pricing, the lead time, all that, it's taken into consideration. We have come a long way from what we had maybe a year and a half ago with this procurement process. I'm still trying to implement some other tools that we have in procurement, like for example, vendor grading, which is done as you perform. If you perform good in pricing, if you perform good in lead time, that's an A, B, C, D, F. And at the end of the day, if that's my case, I don't make the decisions. I make the case and I present it to my superiors, and they make the decision. The county makes the decision of what vendor we're getting. So if I can make a good case for you, better. But this will be a good tool, the vendor grading, for me to make a case for you guys. And yeah, that will be all for me. Just make sure that if you need a copy of the, oh my God, of the slide, thank you. Of the slide with the services, even if it's not here, we might have missed something. We're expanding quickly, so I might not know about some services that we're gonna need in the future that are not here. So just again, feel free, I'm gonna give you my info, just feel free to send me any proposals, any packets that you have virtually or however that you want to show your products or your services, and I'll be happy to see them and get a conversation with you guys and then pass it to my whoever makes decisions. And now I'm gonna leave you with the RFPs for
Morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. We know how busy everybody can be, so your attendance is appreciated. The purpose of today is to clarify our RFP process, and how small businesses like you can take advantage of some opportunities that are coming up. So quick introduction, my name is Ruth Fay. I am the project manager here in the facility. So Juan has walked through the purchase order portion, and my role is to talk about how project opportunities are created, the RFP process, how they are posted, graded, and opened. So our projects range in size. The smaller ones, a lot of which Juan has talked about, will go through the RFP process. But our larger, more complex projects will require a formal RFP. I will walk you through that. Our projects, like I said, they range in size. We have a modernization coming up, right? So we do anticipate a lot of. We have a brand new sister facility across the street, as Daphne referenced. So we want to not just keep the building running, but we want to remain competitive. And we want to create a seamless experience coming from one building to the other, and give our clients and guests a more just an equal feel. We don't want it to feel that you're coming from an old building into it, so we want it seamless. So what is an RFP? It's a request for a proposal. It's our way of saying to you, this is what we want. You telling us how you're going to do it and what it's going to cost. It's not necessarily a pricing contest, as Juan spoke about. Yes, price is important, but it's not the only factor, particularly with CBE vendors, and we do really want to encourage that relationship. So we also evaluate your qualifications, your technical ability, your location, your commitment, how you understand the process, and overall the quality of the proposal. We work on the proposal here and we post it. We have a couple of different platforms that we post it on. We post it on our website, and we also post it on bidsusa.net. It will also be communicated with the county e-newsletter that no doubt Oswaldo will speak about later on. BidSusa.net, for those of you that are not already on it, it's actually a great platform. You can customize your profile to your services, your product, your geographical location, and you'll get an alert every time a relevant opportunity comes up, whether it's from us as our facility or any other facility. So it really is a good tool. The first stage that you will be involved in once you get the RFP is we host what's called a pre-bid meeting. This is a mandatory meeting, and it's a great opportunity to come in, familiarize yourself with the building, walk the space, chat with the team that are looking for the particular product, service, whatever the case may be, and really get some good information. All questions and answers at this point will be recorded. We try to keep this a very fair and transparent process to give everybody a fair shot at it. So we do record them as we walk, and we send that to everybody that's in attendance.
The next step then for you would be there's a question and answer window. We anticipate that once you leave here after the pre-bid meeting, that you go back with your team, you start working on the bid, you put the package together. You're going to have a lot more questions, right? So you reach out to us with individual questions. Now, this is very important at this point. It is very important that you don't call any of your contacts in the building and have a one-on-one conversation. That jeopardizes the whole process. So for this question and answer period, it's important that you send your question email address that's listed within the body of the RFP. And again, to be fair and transparent, whatever the asking question is, it is sent out to all vendors, whether they've asked the question or not. Proposal submission is when you send your bid back to us. Absolute key that you get it into us on time. We are very firm. If it comes in even a minute late, literally 1 minute, send it back to you unopened. You're automatically not even in the running. So mark your calendars, set an alert, set an alarm. Don't want to miss this date. The next step is evaluation. We put together a non-biased team of evaluators in the building, and we score based on your response. We do suggest that you follow the fine print of the RFP very closely, because you could submit a very strong proposal and lose points for something as simple as you forgot to put in a certificate of insurance. So double check, make sure that everything that we ask for is included in your. We then score, and whoever gets the highest points wins the award. The good thing, in the back of each RFP, we show you our score sheet. So we give you a guide. We tell you what we are really looking for. What's very important to us within the RFP. Whoever, like I said, whoever scores highest wins the project, and then the award is and the work begins. So that's just an overview. Again, like everybody said, you'll be here if you have any follow-up questions. So there's just a couple of tips for putting this RFP together, right? Read it carefully, read the fine print, and read it all again. Tailor your responses for us. You may have done a bid for a similar project or a similar property. Resist the urge to do any pasting. We need to see that your response is absolutely tailor-made for us, for our property, for our needs. Submit all your documents. There is a list that within the RFP called submittals, and we actually want it in a certain order. So it just goes back to reading your document, make sure all your ducks are in a row. Show us what you've done. Highlight your jobs, your similar projects. Let us know your experiences, references if you have any. Always go a long way. And then again, meet the deadlines. Cannot stress this. I'm not meet with this. And that's it. So thank you all for coming. We really do want to work with CBEs and very much.
Thank you, Ruth. So let's see if you were paying attention. What were the tips that she was sharing with all of you?
Need your proposal until the day.
In advance of the deadline, right? Sometimes technology doesn't work for us, right? So make sure you do it in advance. What other tips were shared?
Tailor your responses according to the needs.
There you go. Tailor the responses according to the needs. That's really important. Make sure you read those requirements, the qualifications, what they're looking for before you respond.
Read the fine print.
Say that again, please.
Read the fine print.
Very important. It's important that you read the fine print. That means everything that is being required. Sometimes if you miss one document, just one that is required, you're not going to be found, right, responsive or responsible. So you have to make sure that you submit all the information. One more. Yes.
If there's any questions, raise your hands. I can get the microphone to you.
One more tip.
Include examples of past work or reference.
You are paying attention. Good work. I wish I had prizes. We have to do prizes next time. Definitely, you have to do that. Make sure that you need to tell them. They don't know you. They don't know your experience. They don't know the services you provide. They don't know the quality of the services you provide. So make sure that you include all that information. Imagine they know nothing about you. and you need to sell yourself. That's really important. Something else I wanted to share quickly is the reason why you're here today. How many of you are certified already with us? Raise your hand. Excellent. Raise your hand if you're not certified yet, but you want to get certified. Excellent. So half of my room are certified. The other half wants to get certified. This is excellent. This is a success for us, and we want to get you certified. So today we'll be able to answer all your questions related to certification. The reason why we're here today is because this contract with ASM Global has a 15% goal, CBE goal, on the saver part of it. That's the food services, and a 40% CBE goal on the professional management services. And you heard today the different things that services and products that they need. So it's really important that we start working together with you, right, to make sure you get certified. If you're certified and you have questions about the process, please, you met today Juan, right, and Ruth, and they can answer your questions related to the process. But I want to go really quickly because if you didn't have time to take a photo, actually, we're going to send you the slides. But I want you to take a photo of these websites here because these are the websites you need to check regularly for opportunities with ASM Global. Okay, so make sure you take a photo of this. We're going to share with you the slides, but that's going to be really important. And I'm going to wait a few seconds until you take those photos. So now I'm going to tell you for half of the room that haven't received our certification yet, I'm going to tell you about our certification program. Something else I wanted to tell you is we receive notifications from the team that you met today whenever there's solicitations that have CBE goals, et cetera, right? Or they're looking for services or programs or products. And we post those on the Business Assistance Weekly newsletter that goes out every Wednesday night. How many of you received the ball? Raise your hand. Okay. So if you don't receive it yet, you need to sign up. Just talk to the team. They will sign you up. And we have a portion that speaks about solicitations, posted solicitations. So make sure that you sign up and you'll get that information because the team does a great job sharing with us some of the RFPs or the solicitations that are going on. So let's talk about our certification program really quickly. The Office of Economic and Small Business Development is responsible for providing assistance to our small business community, our entrepreneurs, because we want you to be successful. We want you to grow. We help businesses from a concept or an idea. If you need to learn how to start your business, if you need to help with your business plan, if you need financial assistance, we have entrepreneurship programs for you. If you need to scale and you need support from government contracting, federal contracting, other certifications with the federal government, we are here to work with you all the way until you're ready to start exporting your goods, materials, and services to other parts of the world. We have an international trade program for you where we help you step by step, provide technical assistance to get you export ready. So we want you to see our office as a resource to you to make sure that you're growing your business, that you are expanding your business, and that you're successful. And how do we do that? We have different lines of business. We have our small business certification and compliance program, and that's the team that's going to work with you to make sure you get certified. But when you're certified, they're going to work with you to make sure you understand the county's procurement process and that you understand when you win a contract, what is it that you need to do to ensure that you're successful performing as part of that contract. To make sure you understand the county's requirements related to those contracts. So we have a series now that is called, you have a contract, now what? We want to make sure that you participate in those workshops because we want to help you every step of the way, right? We want to make sure, we know it's not easy doing business with government, and that's why we're here, because we want to help you be successful. In addition to our small business program, we have the economic development section within the Office of Economic and Small Business. And as part of the economic development section, we help businesses expand. We attract businesses to Broward County, working with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance. And we have economic incentives. So companies that want to move to Broward County or companies that want to grow and create new jobs get economic development incentives. So that's another great program that we have in our office. And we work with many community partners to promote workforce development, right? We want to make sure and we have a skilled workforce that is ready for you, for the needs of your business, to make sure that you can grow your business. We have a community relations and outreach section that's responsible for developing programming for you. We assess your needs. We listen to what you're telling us as it relates to the challenges that you experience as a business, and we adjust our programming to your needs. And our community relations section helps us with that. They also, in addition to developing our training programs, they coordinate two really important conferences annually: the Broward and Beyond Business Conference and our Florida International Trade and Cultural Expo Conference. And many of you already have been there, so I'm not going to expand a lot of that on that. And then Film Commission. The Film Commission joined our office 3 years ago, and that was actually a great addition to our office. They also have economic development incentives to attract film productions to the county, and we work with them. They do the permitting for any film productions, commercials, TV series, etc. So let's talk now about our Business Opportunity Act. The County Commission has decided that they want to support our local small businesses. 89% of Broward County businesses are 20 employees or less. And our County Commission decided that whatever we buy over $1 billion annually, goes to our local small businesses. So we're able to assign goals to our small business, to our procurement programs, to the contracts that are eligible. And this is our certification application. It's online. You can access our certification application 24/7 on our website. If you go to our homepage, we're going to share more information with you. There's many ways we can help you. If you prefer working on your own, we have an online tutorial on YouTube where you can go and listen to the tutorial. We take you question by question. Every document you need to submit, we go over all of them as part of that tutorial. And we have that in Spanish and English. We can also meet with you one-on-one. We have staff that you can schedule a one-on-one technical assistance session, and we can meet with you one-on-one to answer any questions you may have related to your certification application. And in addition to that, we can documents. If you have documents, you're not sure if it's the right document you need to submit, our staff can review the documents to make sure that when you submit your application, you're submitting a complete application that can be processed quickly. And I'm going to make an announcement. You're the first ones that know that our certification application, we're going to be moving into a new system early next year. And everything in our office is our business management system is going to go into a new system. Our local certification application is going to be on that new system. Our federal certification application is going to be also available online. Right now it's not. And everything that we do, our events, you're going to be able to register through that same portal. So you're the first ones to know that that's coming in January of next year. We're really excited about that. So how to apply? Basically, go to our website. We provided the link to our homepage. Go to our website and you're going to find the link to the online certification application. You need to use Google Chrome when you're using the platform. That's really important. When you're using other navigators or internet systems, it's not working as well. So we want to make sure you use Google Chrome. And then you'll see the checklist of all the documents you need to submit. So make sure that you review all those documents and you save all those documents before you start your certification application process. You need to go to Access Broward to set up an account. And it's very simple to do. You go to that link. Remember, you're going to get the slides. You go to the link, you click, and you set up a username and password on Access Broward. And then after that, you can start the certification application process. We have done it with many customers, and it should take you 20 to 25 minutes to submit the application, answer all the questions, if you have all the documents that you need and you're ready with all the documents saved. It's important that you have everything that is on that checklist, very important. And again, if you have questions, please let us know and we'll be glad to answer your questions. So getting started, this is our homepage. This is a portion of our homepage. If you go to the certification portion of our homepage, you will be able to access the online application for our office. When you select certification programs, then it will take you to the local certification application. For the federal certification application, you also have information on our website. So I see some of you are taking photos. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. But what I want you to know is you're not alone. If you have questions, please call our office. You can call the main number and we'll set up an appointment with one of our certification specialists. So navigating the OESBD website, once you click on certification programs, you'll go to this page, and then here you'll be able to select the local certification application. And that's going to take you directly into the certification portal. So let's talk about our local certification. You only have to submit one application, and that takes care of these two certifications, the SBE and the CBE. The goals we're talking about for this program today are for CBEs, okay? A lot of companies get certified on their boat, depending on the eligibility requirements, and you can see the information here. So basically for my SBE, is for all contracts that are $250,000 or less, and here you see the average gross revenues requirements, depending on your type of industry. For the CBE, is 250,000 or more. And then here you see the project value is for more than 250,000. And then the average gross revenues for construction services is 9 million. And for all other services is 5 million. And this is a 3-year average. We always get this question, what if I've only been in business for a year or 2 years? And we'll just do the average based on the years that you have been in business. The minimum requirement is you have to be in business in Broward County for at least 1 year. That's really important. Starting the actual application, this is the portion of the website that will take you to our application portal. So you will just click on the blue tab, and that will take you directly to our portal. This is what the portal looks like. And remember, Google Chrome, very important. You're going to be creating your Access Broward account. We just wanted you to see what everything looks like. So when you go, you're more familiar with what the information is that we're going to be asking you for. And then once you log into Access Broward, you're going to get this page, and this you're going to select Apply for Certification. Then that's when you're going to go into the other pages that have all the questions related to your company, all the documents you need to submit, and then you can upload all the documents electronically. Online tutorials. You can go on your own, listen to the tutorials. You can pause the tutorial if you have to do something else, or you have to look for documents and continue to play the tutorial. But we also have one-on-one technical assistance at the Allen Bill Event Center for Innovation. Broward County has a great partnership with the Nova Southeastern University, and the Allen Bill Event Center is almost 3 years old now. It's an amazing facility for entrepreneurs. It's an innovation center over 54,000 square feet. For services, wraparound services for entrepreneurs, if you have to do a training program, you can reserve locations there. They have different programs for entrepreneurs, accelerators, incubators, and more. So we have an office there, a satellite office, and we are there the first and the third Friday of the month. And we encourage you to set up an appointment with our certification specialist, and they can meet with you one-on-one to go over your documents and answer any questions you may have. How do you set up the appointment? Just call the main number in our office. That's 954-357-6400. And our staff will be ready to meet with you. Vendor registration. Really important to note, use other websites for doing business with ASM Global and the Convention Center. Broward County, for all the other county agencies, uses BPRO. BPRO is powered by Bonfire. So this is the registration for all other doing business with all other county agencies, not with the Convention Center and ASM Global. Really important to note that. But you can register as a county vendor as part of BPRO and start doing business with the county. You don't need to have the certification to start doing business with Broward County. But of course, the certification gives you preference. You have from one about that today. So that's the vendor registration. If you select the link, it will take you to how to register. The purchasing division also has a tutorial with detailed information on how to complete your vendor registration as well. And if you have any questions, they have staff available that can help you answer any questions that you may have. We want you to get engaged. We want you to have time to meet with the staff that is processing the solicitations. That's really important so you can answer your questions. We want you to introduce yourself to them, give them your business cards, but you need to follow up, as you heard from one, and send them your capability statements and then your information. And when deliver their solicitations, make sure we respond timely. That's really important. Attending private meetings. Sometimes solicitations have mandatory private meetings. That means that if you're going to bid on a contract, you must attend that private meeting. If you don't attend it and the private meeting is mandatory, you cannot bid on it. Okay, so that's really important to note. And even if there is no mandatory private meeting, it's important that you attend that private meeting because they provide a lot of really good information that you're going to need in order to submit a complete proposal, a complete quote or RFP. Really important that you attend those private meetings. Network and outreach at these events is really important. So in addition to connecting with the staff, there may be other businesses here that you need their services, right? So this is a great opportunity for you to network and meet other businesses that can work with you. Participate in meet and greets like this one, and please seek technical assistance from our office. We're here to help you. We can meet with you one-on-one to see how we can assist you, what type of assistance you need. Definitely connect with us. And if you need technical assistance in other areas that we may not have in our office, we can refer you to one of our community partners that can help you in those areas. And I want all of you to come to FITSI. It's going to be right here at the Broward County Convention Center, October 22nd and 23rd. Almost 42% of attendees for FITSI are my local and regional small businesses. FITSI this year is our 10th year anniversary. We've been doing FITSI for 10 years. We're expecting delegations from over 70 countries. We are expecting over 2,000 attendees, and this year is going to be a better and bigger celebration because we're celebrating 10 years. We have an exhibit hall at FITSI. It's called the Marketplace. And for only $300, you can have a table on our marketplace for 2 days. Nowhere, anywhere, you will find an exhibit hall that you can have, right? You can be an exhibitor in a place for $300 for 2 days in an international event, over 70 international delegations and over 2,000 people for only $300 for 2 days. So I hope that you register not only to attend FITSI, which is completely free, but consider also being an exhibitor or a sponsor. And our exhibitors at FITSI can sell products right there during the marketplace. How many of you are planning to attend FITSI? Come on, raise your hand. Excellent. I hope to see you there. And stay connected with our office. If you scan this QR code, you're going to have access to over 12 different links to different programs that we have. We have a small business microgrant program right now. We want you to check it out. Go to that link tree and you will have access to our microgrant. The microgrant will give you $2,500 back. It's a reimbursement grant on operational expenses for your business if you're eligible. So if you haven't applied yet for the microgrant, please do that. And you'll have access to a lot of our programs and services as part of the link tree. I'll just wait a few seconds. And I think we're ready after this slide. We will be ready to take questions from all of you. So I'll bring the staff back to the front so we can answer your questions. Who would like to start?
If you have a question, raise your hand
And we have the
and I'll give you
mic.
the microphone.
Yes.
To the right.
Thank you, everyone. If we don't have a question in here, we have some questions online.
When you're done.
Oh, one there.
Yes, you are gonna send the copy of the RFP to us via email.
So no, the RFP will be available on the 3 platforms that I mentioned. It will be available on our website, thebidsusa.net, and the
Like to your mouth. Mike took them out.
Thank you very much. A lot of questions.
You
wrote nice, there you
go. Questions, that's awesome. Thank you for starting.
Good morning. Thank you for hosting this. Jerry Nieves, G Snow Creative. We're a marketing agency. Is there any preference given to service-connected disabled, veteran organizations, or is anything like that looked at when you are looking at procurement?
This time, based on the contract they have, the goal is for certified small businesses under the CBE program.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Yes.
once certified with the state or with the county, because there's also state certifications with veteran stuff. Is any of that taken into consideration? No.
No, for
Okay,
this.
understood.
If I live in the Palm Beach County, can I get certified here in the Broward County?
You need to have a physical location in Broward County for at least 1 year in order to be eligible for Broward County certification.
Okay.
The list of services that you're not currently using, there's a future list. How soon is future?
I would say near future, because we're about to open on the other side. So that was done thinking of that side. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure that I missed because I don't know, like, our future awaits. And that's why I mentioned the real experts, like the Rick Burdett, with facilities, anything construction, he would know first and then let me know. So if you have something in mind, we can talk outside and I put you in contact with that person that might be able to answer your question more.
Yes, Juan, this question is for you. My name is Gina Hernandez. I have a strategic communications and PR firm. You mentioned that you make the case right before passing it to the decision makers. What are those criteria that decision makers are looking to make the decision?
So like I said, the price, quality, lead time, all that I take into consideration when I do my analysis. I present to them like, hey, we got these three. I forgot to mention before, so you're definitely not gonna be the only one quoting. Usually at least 3 quotes. That's part of our procurement process to ensure transparency and give you a fair chance. So based on those 3 quotes, I made my analysis and then I provided to them with my recommendation. So in that sense, you have to do a good spiel, I guess. You have to convince me that I want to go with you. But I do have my factors over there. Like, again, if we have dealt with you before, then all those factors come to. If not, then reviews are however you bring me the presentation that you give me, the proposal that you bring. For example, I'm just gonna give an example on this, but we have a CBE here that we just, well, someone that's trying to be a CBE that we recently hired for a service here. And so, right there, sorry. So he has been trying to get to the CBE, and then what we did is ask him for not references, but he had to show us that he was capable of doing this scope of work. Like, I'm sure that he used to do it in houses, but he had to show me that he could do it commercially. Because, for example, the food part that we're trying to get into, he has to be commercial. Like, one of the parts of one of the future services was appliances repair. It's not fixing a microwave. It's big machines. It's you got to do commercial, and you got to show us that you actually can work with that, because we're not just gonna give you a machine to, experiment. So yeah, your proposal is very important for me to build that case. answer your questions.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Nigel Reed with Trans Technology. And we're a technology company based in Fort Lauderdale. And my question is, one of the things of getting work with new technology to come on board, how does the county, or how does a contractor or subcontractor bring on new technology when they're not, as you might say, in the position to comply with all the requirements, the certification and so forth? And so my question really revolves around working with a bigger company. Do you have a process to bring on new technology to a bigger company, that you already contract with? You're right. And some contract.
So that's a very general question. Do you have, specific?
For example, security guard, the county has a security guard contract. And my company have a technology we like to engage through a security guard contracting company, or engage through a direct contract with the county. But I don't think we have the financial wherewithal to do the entire county. So my question is really, how do I work through a company that's already engaged with the county to get that technology in the county?
Okay, so I think his question is very specific to security services. And again, we will have to evaluate exactly what is your experience, right? But basically, when they have a solicitation out, when you are responding to that solicitation and when you do your presentation for those specific services, that's when you're going to be presenting all your qualifications, all the technology that you're using, how you're going to be doing the work, the experience that you have, et cetera. But I think your question is related to county requirements to larger companies versus smaller companies. And again, when a contract goes out, the requirement is to all vendors that bid on that contract. But I think we need to talk specifically to your experience and basically what you're referring to.
So you talking about working with a prime?
With prime contract.
To get the contract is that.
So again, sometimes if there's a goal, and not speaking to ASM Global, right? But if there is a goal on a contract, you'll have a prime company and you'll have a goal of, let's say, 30% for security services. So then our CBEs will partner with that larger prime to provide those services.
If I'm the sole provider of that technology,
so there's a sole source process as part of the county. So that's why I'm telling you, we need to meet. Let's set up a time. We will meet to speak about the details of what you're referring to. So then I can tell you, depending on what that is, what the county procurement process is. Any other questions?
So this is a two-pronged question. Nick Williams, Now Interactives, we're a global sourcing, manufacturing, and distribution business. Specific to the food service piece of it, is the food service also aligned with the disposable food service containers, items such as paper, cups, cutlery, etc.? And following that question, is there an opportunity, considering this is focused primarily on CBEs, for the CBE to act as the prime and sub out an organization that can support the contract as well?
Hi, I'm Brian Fulton, General Manager of Food and Beverage here at Broward County Convention Center. And yes, there is opportunity. We pride ourselves in being completely green when we are providing any type of service, whether it be disposables or flatware, when we're doing concessions or box lunches and things like that. And we currently are actually looking at some of that stuff now. And I'm going to let Chef Chris tell you what we're looking for.
Insulated paper 4-ounce coffee cup, 12-ounce coffee cup with the lids.
Well, we're happy to see any other products that you might have.
You guys will be out there, right?
Yeah.
Another question over here.
Hi, Elizabeth from Amano McGann. We do self-parking and valet. Just a quick question on the convention center and the hotel. Are you guys managing both procurements or just the convention center?
We just do the convention center.
Okay.
We are a convention center, but the county will do both.
Morning, my name is Andy Ingram. We represent the largest minority-owned food service company in the United States and have been having a difficulty just accessing both the convention center and the hotel. Is there an opportunity to provide restaurants, food service? We've got 4 restaurants that are Black-owned in the county, but yet over the last, and I've been here 20-something years, it seems to be difficult. And is there any opportunity to provide restaurant, food service for the convention center?
There is. We do third-party agreements with food service providers such as yourself. But it's in the means of a pop-up, basically. So like a concession. And we've actually just had a meeting yesterday with our third parties that we currently have about moving into the new expansion, what the plaza, the 6.5 acres out front is going to look like. So yes, the answer is absolutely yes. I'll hand it over to Chef Bavesh to kind of tell you kind of the themes that we have and what we're currently working on.
Who can I meet with to have a discussion on that? Because that seems to be the issue when you come to these meetings. We hear about these opportunities, then they seem to evaporate. So who can I meet with specifically to have that discussion?
Any of the 3 of us.
Okay.
Myself or either one of the chefs.
Either one of you, all 3 of you have cards I can get from you and meet today?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Good afternoon. My name is Gina Guzman from God On-Site Testing. I do breath and alcohol testing for a lot of the companies. I have over like 30 years experience. And thank you, Maribel and Sandy. You guys, I just graduated from a cohorts thing that the City of Sunrise held for small businesses. My question is, if there was someone to get the bidding contract for drug testing and they want to outsource to get a third, like they would want to hire me. I would know what the pricing is, but then would I get in trouble if I would say, okay, they were not being fair with what they would want to pay me, and then I could reach out to somebody because they're getting a certain amount for what they know they.
Thank you for that question. So whenever you're doing business with Broward County, with any of the county agencies, our office is here to help you navigate not only the procurement process, but also if you win a contract and you're a sub and you're one of our CBEs, if you're having any challenges, you need to come to our office so we can help you with the challenges that you're experiencing. So the answer is call me, call our office. We can set up a time and talk about the challenges that you're experiencing, and we will help you navigate that.
Good morning. My name is Eliezer Garcia from Florida Cleaning and Supplies. We handle commercial cleaning on schools and other commercial buildings. I got a question for the convention center. Do you guys currently have cleaning employees, or do you guys hire cleaning companies to handle the cleaning process in the building?
Jorge, can you pass the microphone to Rick, please?
I don't need a mic. Rick Fernand, Director of Facilities. So currently we do all of our housekeeping in-house. But we do, so I know there is an RFP that'll be going out for a carpet cleaning service to maintain all of our carpets in this building and also in the east building. And then sometimes there is, if we're doing any special projects, either maybe after, if there's, we'll have some capital projects that'll be going on over the next few years. So if there's any special cleaning, any stuff that we can't handle in-house. And again, it's some of that is event driven, depending on events that we may have.
Okay, and if we already registered on the small businesses, you guys are gonna post that, and if you guys need any extra help, or you will call specifically some companies that you have on file?
So we used to do it prior to. So right now we have the staff that we have is we are able to maintain with our in-house staff. Of course, now we're adding another 400,000 plus square feet, and again, some of it's event driven. Depending on the event size, we would use a temp labor service, and we would just bring in that temp labor. I think we would probably have to have a more in-depth conversation instead of bringing in temp labor, maybe bringing in a smaller subcontractor in that already has cleaning experience in that versus just a labor source.
Thank you so much.
Back to you in the front. I should go next.
Good morning, guys. I'm Jose Hernandez from IOD Paintings. My question is that we were trying to apply as an SBE a few months ago, and we saw the requirements, and it says that for painting, we need to have the painting license in Broward County. Ron DeSantis removed the need of license for painting, so in this case, it won't be required anymore?
Yes, so again, you need to always follow the solicitation requirements. If you have questions about licensing related to what the solicitation is saying, yes, that is correct. So then we can contact the user agency, whoever is posting the solicitation, to answer your questions. So that's a really good question, because whenever you get a solicitation, if you have questions, you can submit your questions through that solicitation process, and then the question and those responses get shared with everybody, right? Gets posted publicly, because we want to make sure that all of you have the questions and the answers, because we have an open and competitive and fair process. So that's a really good question, because these changes just happened last year, right? Related to licensing this year, they became effective. Anything related to requirements, licensing, as part of the solicitations, please submit those questions. You can contact our office as well. And I would like to introduce the members of our team. From OESBD is Oswaldo Castro, from our office. Oswaldo is our small business supervisor with the team. He's actually responsible for managing this contract as it relates to compliance with small business participation goals. But Oswaldo also has a unique position. The county commission decided that during cone of silence, which means you cannot talk to any of the agencies, right? Because you're going through the solicitation process. You can still talk to our small business supervisor, which is Oswaldo. So if you have questions during that solicitation process, please email Oswaldo, and he will facilitate that response, and then the purchasing division or this team will share those answers with everybody. Thank you. And then other members of the team, I have Monique Headley, she's our public information officer, Vanessa Williams from our communications team. Anybody else from my team here? And then Mr. McDonald is here. He's now Assistant County Administrator. Sandy, say hello. He's also visiting. Just wanted to make sure I introduce the team. Any other questions? Actually, we have questions online. Wanted to make sure I answer some of those just very quickly. They wanted to know if the slides will be posted and or shared. So please check in. Make sure that you checked in, because we're going to be emailing everybody that checked in and registered all the slides. If you're online, because you registered, you'll be getting the slides as well. So everybody's going to get an email with all the information. Somebody asked if we're going to be sharing the contact information from the staff that is here. So we'll make sure that we get everybody's contact information. So when we send the email out to all of you, you have the contact information from the team that is here, so they can answer any questions you may have. Any other questions?
Yes. So my question is for you again. So you mentioned that in professional services, it's mainly based on PO, right? Purchase orders, correct? So my other question is there any another type of acquisition for long-term contract agreement? And it's for RFP, is it just based on POs? Or is there's long-term 3 or 5 year contract agreements?
Agreements don't have to do with RFP. RFP has their own set of rules.
Some of our products do, some of our services do go out to RFP.
Right, but some of them are just agreement, you can do an agreement for a year, like, for example, but there, we have agreements that we do POs for. Well, we actually, the shredder service first aid kits. That's a contract for a year, and then we just do 1 year, for the whole year. It's not RFP, but then it's also based on the amount of the service, right? But yeah, we are moving into that way, to do POs with agreements too. So it's less work, it's less analysis, it's less repeating the same thing. So yeah, we're moving that way too. I wanted to say, yeah, that's Rick, the one that I mentioned like 5 times in my abilities. So anybody that has questions about full savings, he's probably gonna be, he's the expert, not me. And the lady that mentioned about the ballet,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to put that on my future things, but have a talk with Ruth after.
Okay, yeah.
She might be able.
Oh, first of all, thank you for hosting this event. At least for me, it has been very, very interesting. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Broward County for thinking about small businesses. From the first moment that I knew about this program, I've spoken very positive things, because small businesses are, struggling sometimes against big businesses. But my question is related to SBE and CBE. I'm sorry if you explained it before, but I didn't understand if you recommend that you get certified only CBE, only SBE. What's the difference? Sorry if you explained it before.
No worries. I went over the slide very quickly. So basically you submit one application, and based on the information you provide to us, we will certify you for either both or CBE. And here you can see basically the eligibility requirements, and it relates to your average gross revenues. So that's basically in the size of your business. So that's what's going to determine it. It's not something that you're going to determine. It's something that we will determine based on the information that we receive from you. Okay. And I can tell you that 80% of all the applications get certified for both. Just a very small percentage may not qualify for the SBE. We will make that determination and we'll work with you on that process. Okay. There was another question here. They wanted us to share the percentage requirements related to the contract. They only heard the 40%. They didn't hear the saver goal, and that's 15% for the food services. And then the other question we have here is for ASM Global. This is a corporate research suite company. They want to know if there is opportunities to provide employee well-being services.
So that is probably gonna fall more under an HR element. I know ASM Global corporately and through our HR, there is an employee assistance program that we can go through. I think that's probably gonna be a question that's gonna go directly to HR, because it deals with employees and confidentiality and all that stuff. So it's gonna have to be an HR question.
Hi, I'm Barbara Flato, and I'm with Aqua Flow. And we have a product that can help save on monthly water and sewer bills. But the thing is, this is, I guess, qualifies under, business that does not need a proposal. But would you suggest that we also do the request for a proposal as well, or just, I think I spoke to you, Juan, yesterday. I think we spoke to Rick as well.
So that is, yeah, so we've had a couple of requests on those. Yeah, so I think one, we're going through our water usage now, our meters over the last year. Obviously with the east building, and don't quote me on this, but I think we're gonna have like 19 meters.
Okay.
Through, everything from all of our domestic water, all of our irrigation and all of that stuff. So we're, obviously, we haven't gotten certain number from the east building yet turned over to us. But we are looking at that, depending on where that number falls on. And I would say more than likely that would probably be a purchase, not a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a lease or anything like that. We would probably purchase. Again, depending what that cost is going to determine whether it goes out just for 3 quotes or if it's an RFP process on that threshold.
So,
So if it's on the technology, so if it's something we're purchasing and it's over, and I think our limit is $75,000, then it would have to go out to an RFP.
RFP then. So you would suggest to do the RFP agreement then, correct? For proposal.
So RFP, so there would be an RFP element to it, both. So this would probably be more on an RFP on the capital side because we're buying the equipment itself.
So when do you do that, you know?
So what we would have to do is we would have to set up a scope of work and what we're wanting, and I don't know how many meters we would do that.
So it's just a wait and see, and then it's a communication between the company and.
Yeah, so we'd have to determine what we want to do as far as the water savings. Do we want to do all of our meters or do we want to do our domestic water? Do we want to do 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch? So, ideally, we would probably want to do all of it so we could save water through all of our meters. We just have to figure that out. And again, I don't know what that cost is yet. So we would have to figure that, but so what we would do is we would develop a scope of work and submit that back to the county for approval for an RFP. We would get the approval and then it would go out.
Okay, I see.
So, but if we have your information, we would post it on our website. We would post it on Bid USA and then also through your office and that. And then of course we would, if we had your information, we would notify you, hey, the RFP has been posted, and then you can go to any one of those 3 sites to get the RFP.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
We have one more question online. It's related to certification. The company is asking if they have a virtual office in Broward County, if they're able to get certified. At this time, as per the Business Opportunity Act, you need to have a physical location in Broward County for at least 1 year in order to get certified. Virtual offices are not eligible.
Morning, my name is Freddie Robinson, Page Donuts. We manufacture and package miniature donuts. I want to thank you guys for being here this morning. I've actually been looking forward to meeting representatives from ASM. A question, and I think it's really more aligned to you, Mr. Fulton. When it comes to concessions in all of your venues, does ASM control sessions, or you contract that out with Vistar, Cisco? How does that work?
No, we manage everything in-house. So I would say our concessions is about a 50-50 split. We have our concepts that we provide, but then we also invite third parties to bring the flavor of Fort Lauderdale and Broward County into the convention center. We very much welcome that. We deal with a lot of national conferences, and people come to Fort Lauderdale to experience Fort Lauderdale. So I'm not from Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Oklahoma. I can show them a real good chicken fried steak, but I don't know much about Cuban food. I do know about it, but yes, it absolutely is something that we do. I'll let Chef talk a little bit more about how we handle it.
So we have the concessions that we outsource are all local companies. Like Brian said, it's just a flavor of Fort Lauderdale. So we like a lot of the different variety. We do have our own concepts, but the ability to showcase Fort Lauderdale businesses is big for us, so. We can sidebar outside if you.
Absolutely. I bought some samples for you guys.
Donut.
You're ready.
Actually,
You're listening, right? He's ready. So, I know we're learning a lot. I have one more comment. My team just told me related to the licensing changes. We're gonna have a workshop and we confirm the date. It's gonna be September 16th with all the county permitting entities, with all the subject matter experts related to trades and permitting and licensing to address exactly that, the changes that just got implemented. We have a lot of questions from our small businesses, right? That now their licenses are not required. However, they want to continue to provide those services, right? And now they have to do it under a GC. So there's a lot of options for you. And we're going to have the subject matter experts September 16th. And you get more information. You can get the information from our team. It's going to be posted on our website, social media, the Business Assistance Weekly. Save the date. It's going to be September 16th. We have maybe one more question.
Hi, my question is, my name is Caterina Friederici. My company is called Plankton Studios, and we basically design for retail. So we design trade show booths, displays, bar carts, anything like that. But we have an office in Broward, and then we fabricate depending on needs with different vendors around the county. So sometimes we use Dade County. Would that be a problem? Like if somebody orders a booth and they want it specifically cardboard, we work with somebody in Miami that produces cardboard displays. Or no, so my question is, we are based out of Broward, and are we allowed to subcontract with people in other counties as well?
Oh, excellent question. So basically, again, depends on the solicitation, right? So some solicitations in Broward County were able to reserve the complete solicitation for our certified small businesses. So that means 100% has to be done by certified small businesses. You can do joint ventures with other certified small businesses to meet that requirement. Other cases is only 30%, right? So this contract is 40% for some, etc. So again, it just depends on that specific contract. But let's talk more about it, okay?
Thank
Yes. I think we have one more question because we want to give you time to meet one-on-one with all of them, right? You want time to do that? Meet one-on-one, get their business cards, their information, present your company to them. So this is going to be the last question.
Me again. Elizabeth Amano. It's actually for you. So do you have a list of, like, is there somewhere we can find certified business?
Excellent last question. Yes, we have a directory of all our certified small businesses on our website, and we promote that every week on our Business Assistance Weekly newsletter and on social media. So if you go to the website, you can go to the tree link that we shared earlier. Go to our website, you'll be able to see our local small business directory of all our CBEs and SBEs. And then we also have our federal directory as well of our DBE and ACDB. So now I'm going to pass it to.
Well, this concludes our day. I think we have answered a few questions, but please take another few minutes to meet the team outside, exchange business cards, and talk a little bit more. And we will share the information that we spoke about today to your emails, and also the attendees online will share information with you. So thank you on behalf of the Broward County and ASM Global. Thank you for participating and looking forward to do more business with you soon.